On a recent trip to Aruba, we booked a private scuba excursion with Scuba Safari Aruba. We chose this company because we wanted a private excursion and not be part of a larger group. The boat picked us up at Hadakarari Beach, just north of the Ritz-Carlton in Aruba. 3 of the people in our group were certified divers and 1 was not, but we all felt we needed a refresher since the last dive was about a year ago. We were able to do that in a very shallow area and get comfortable with the equipment. This is also where we learned to roll off the side of the boat into the water. On all our previous dives, we had just jumped in. Once we were comfortable with our equipment, we were on our way to our first dive. Both of these dives were wreck dives, and what we liked about this tour was that they gave us a lot of historical context about the wrecks before we went down to look at them.
So we used to supply a lot of oil for the Allied forces. One of the biggest refineries was in Aruba, and Germany did not like that, so they sent a U-boat to the Caribbean to destroy the refinery. The Dutch intelligence heard about it, so they asked the people from Aruba every night to turn off the lights. They used to put a barrier from the oil freighters to protect the refinery. They did it for many nights. Finally, the submarine arrived at Aruba. They started shooting torpedoes. They hit the SS Oranjestad. It sank about 200 feet. They scraped the Arkansas. The torpedo ended up on the beach. They have a beautiful picture of that. They hit the Pedernales right in the midsection on the water line. It was burning. And by the time they wanted to shoot the refinery, the crew member was so excited and so unexperienced that one of the crew members forgot to take the cap off, so they ended up blowing themselves up. They had to abort the mission. So what they did with the Pedernales, they brought it here, 20 feet to assess the damage. They took the fire out, so they cut it in pieces. They left the midsection here, the front part and the back part. They put it back to the refinery, and they super glued it, duct taped it. They made another version of the Pedernales. So it's been down here for many years. A bunch of scrap metals. Over there we have one that's called the box. It's similar to this. It's breaking down a little bit. There's 3 main sections. One there, one in the back of those guys, and one over there. It's like a triangle.
Good to go?
Because this dive was appropriate for beginners, we did the descent on a rope. One of the people in our group had a little bit of an issue with his equipment, so he returned to the surface, and once that was fixed, we were on our way. Our dive master led us, but also turned around frequently to check to make sure that we were okay. He also checked our air on a regular basis to make sure that there was a sufficient amount left for the rest of the dive. Unfortunately, during the first couple of minutes of this dive, I had an issue with my GoPro case fogging up. Bear with us, it gets a lot better later in the video. It's a little hard to see in this video, but at the end of this pipe there's an octopus, and he's reaching out and grabbing stones and pieces of coral to build a little protective wall in front of him. Once on board, we were off to our next dive.
In Germany, the Pedernales was not a warship. It was passing in the Caribbean. We were running low out of fuel, and they wanted to come and refuel in Aruba, but we had Dutch people on the island. It was not permitted. So they told the captain, you have to surrender the ship or you have to abandon the Caribbean. They couldn't go to Bonaire, Curacao, because there was also Dutch people there. So the captain had other plans. They didn't want to surrender the ship. So he brought the Antilla close to the island, facing east, facing land like the boats. At 40 feet, he threw 2 anchors, told his crew member to jump overboard. So they did. The captain went in the hull, opened some valves, letting seawater in. He also jumped overboard. When the water touched the hot metals in this area, caused a big explosion. So the captain sunk his own ship. And I always salute him because he didn't do it at 300 feet, 200 feet over there, but he did it at 40 feet so we can enjoy today still. Thank you, Captain.
Being able to swim through some of the openings and the hull of the ship in some areas was really cool and exciting to do.
What were the 2 dive spots we went to?
We had the first one was Pedernales. 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 The second one was Antilla shipwreck.
Okay.
German freighter.
The cost of the tour for the certified divers was $200 a piece, and for the non-certified diver who needed a little more training was $230. We did 2 dives, each about 40 to 45 minutes in length, and thought the whole day was a pretty good value. We were really happy with this excursion and would highly recommend Scuba Safari Aruba. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of the other videos on our Aruba playlist. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps support our channel. Thanks for watching. Now get out and explore the world.